everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a very special reading. This is going to be a divine feminine support reading. We'll call it a divine feminine energy update, but it is going to be for divine feminines who are in a little bit of extra need of support right now. Why am I doing this video? I'm doing this video because I'm in need of support and I want to see what comes through. I've been connecting with my own spirit team. I've been connecting with soul sisters, but I am myself going through some grief, some purging. I'm not feeling 100% physically either, so that might be a contributing factor. But I just really want to see what's going on. Now, it's interesting. What they're calling me to right now is that we have the new moon in Virgo happening tonight into tomorrow. So we're in that energy right now of the new moon. The Virgo is the Virgin energy. What they're reminding me of is the sacred channeling that I had done a little bit ago now. It was called the Maiden, the Mother, and the Crone. And it was that Trinity energy of the feminine energy. I'm going to link that in the description box in case you missed it. What they're calling me to is the Virgo energy as the maiden, and actually Spirit is reminding me, as they did just in a recent reading as well, that it's all three. That we are at any time as divine feminine energies, all three aspects. You know, we tend to split it into seasons of our lives. The maiden as, you know, a certain age, and then the mother as a certain age or season, and then the crone as a certain age or season. But as we had channeled in that sacred channeling, we have access to all of those aspects within ourselves. It is not limited. We are not limited. And so what's really interesting, though, is with the Virgo energy, it really feels like it's calling us back to our divine innocence, to the purity energy, to the, purification energy, to the inner wisdom and the inner knowing that was untainted by pain, that was untainted by karma, that was untainted by trauma. They're calling me back to that kind of innocence. Now, again, they're saying we have the nurturing, compassion, and loving energy of the mother, and we have the wisdom and guidance of the crone to guide us, to continue to flow through us. Again, we are all aspects all at once. That is the beauty of feminine energy, is that you are not just one thing, you are all things. And to recognize that, sometimes it can feel like a really wild nature in that respect. It can seem a little bit chaotic. It can seem a little bit misunderstood, especially to masculine energy that has not yet accessed their own feminine energy in a healthy way, that doesn't honor the feminine energy. It can look a little bit chaotic and misunderstood. But feminine energy truly is that free flow. As I channeled in the recent sacred channeling, the soul merge, the masculine and feminine energy within the waterfall analogy, as I had experienced, feminine energy is that free flow of water, and the masculine energy is the container that holds her. I've been experiencing personally a sensation of grief today. I was doing pretty good. And now I've been experiencing the sensation of grief today. And that grief comes from this feeling of wanting to be held. I'll put it like that. It's a feeling of knowing what it is to be held within my own masculine energy, knowing what it is to be held by God, and knowing what it is to feel connected to myself, and what it is to feel that sense of safety and security. I've taken care of myself for a very long time, but I haven't always allowed myself to open up to receiving love, to allowing others to hold me. And what I'm finding myself grieving tonight, especially, is that desire to be held and feeling like my connection that I had just was not capable of that. And there's a sense of sadness, release, and letting go of that. I haven't felt like this in a really long time. The past separation that I had with my counterpart felt peaceful, actually. I was going through just a lot of releasing then, but it felt really peaceful. This feels like the journey's end all over again. And I have to allow for that. You know, when we feel this way, we understand that this is the breakdown before the breakthrough. This is the emotional release, and especially as feminine energy, we allow ourselves to express that. I know that there is something on the other side. I can feel myself being held by God, putting my faith in God, allowing myself to trust and have faith in my own journey. But there's a certain grief around letting a significant part of your life come to a close. And whether your connection, or that connection I should say, continues with that person or not, there was a significant part of life that came to a close. And I can't foresee connections continuing. There has to be a letting go for me personally. Because there have been conclusions and endings. And while it feels like there are new beginnings, and I can sense that, and I can see that in the physical evidence, there are also things that have come to a finite conclusion. And there is a sense of grief that comes from that. Connections, relationships are not just the relationships we have with each other, but relationships that we have with certain aspects of our lives, certain aspects of ourselves. There is a sense of grief that is coming through. What's interesting to me is Kali-Ma came through last year. Such a strong, beautiful, and fierce energy. And I have her channeling in my sacred channelings over on my sister page as well. Really, really beautiful energy. Fierce, loving, compassionate energy, but also very destructive. She tells us when it's time to let go. She helps us let go. She is a destructive force, but she's also the creative force. She is divine, feminine, embodied. Just full goddess energy. And what she does is she just releases and destroys anything that is not in the path of love. Anything that just is not serving us. But from that, her nurturing energy, her compassionate energy, brings forth creation. That is Kali-Ma energy. I adore Kali. However, it's interesting to me because the past several days, maybe the past week or so, Quan Yin has been coming through for me. Quan Yin is a very different energy. She is compassion, she is humanity, she is mercy, she is forgiveness. A much softer energy. And what I'm actually seeing are Kali and Quan Yin working together, standing side by side in front of us and saying, this is part of that journey. I'm actually seeing them holding hands as these divine goddesses working in unison for our evolution. Kali did play her part in helping us through a massive shift in our ascension and our evolution. And Quan Yin is here to bring forth compassion, forgiveness, mercy, and especially humanity, to open our hearts. She is that bridge, she's saying. She is that bridge. We're going to channel Quan Yin in a sacred channeling coming up. I want to sit with her energy a little bit more, but she is just, she's going to be here for the remainder of the year, is what she said. She came forth to me in my own journey and in my own kind of, it wasn't quite a meditation, but my own vision. She came to me, and she's going to be with us for the remainder of the year, moving into 2023, because this is the energy that we're in now. There's a mending that is happening. There is a healing of ourselves, of our connections, of our lives, and how that plays out. It's going to look a little bit differently for everybody, and we might not understand how that's going to play out, or how that's going to unfold, or how that's going to look, but that's where she wants us to have faith in ourselves and put our trust and our faith in the divine unfolding, in God's source itself. So what I want to do now is just get some support. If you guys are experiencing any kind of upheaval, it feels quiet. It doesn't feel like tumultuous. It feels more quiet. Like what I'm actually seeing is something rising from the center of our souls, essentially. Something that needed to be released, something that has been released, almost like this was like a block. When I say block, it's something, it's like an energetic block that was kind of lodged in there that maybe we had been denying or avoiding, or maybe we hadn't been allowing ourselves to fully release. And it released. Something might have happened to trigger this, but it released. And so now what's happening is it's rising through the chakra system, through the auric field, and it's moving through our centers. And for me, today, it was early in the morning, it was at my solar plexus, which is telling me, it was about reminding me my value, and that the lack of value that someone sees in me does not reflect my lack of value for myself or what I have to offer the world. Somebody's inability to receive my love or to see my love because of whatever it is that they're experiencing as their truth does not negate my truth and my value and how I love myself. And so, or what value I bring to the world. And so it's moving through the solar plexus, and right now it's in the heart, and it's just allowing my heart to grieve, to release the emotion of anything that feels held in, anywhere where there was pain of feeling unloved or unappreciated or unlovable, because God and Quan Yin are here and just reminding us of how loved we really are. It can be difficult on this journey because we talk a lot about the mirror, especially when you're in sacred partnerships. We talk a lot about the mirror, but the mirror is not there for us to take on that self-blame. It is there for us to, yes, look within at the reflection, to see, where am I holding back love for myself? Where am I holding back love for others? Where am I just choosing fear over love, or pain over love, or trauma over love, repeating patterns? It is not to take on responsibility. It is not to take on another's accountability. It is not to take on another's blame. It is just to show us where those patterns still are. I had channeled a message right when I woke up early. When was this? Early, just a couple of days ago. Pain is the place that is waiting for love, is what they said. Pain is the place that is waiting for love. And that is not to place out in another person, place, thing, nothing external. It is for us to allow ourselves to love ourselves. And yes, sometimes that is with regards to a connection, to allow ourselves to be loved by another. If only they are capable of offering that. If only they are capable of giving that. And if they're not, then sometimes that is where we have to allow ourselves and love ourselves enough to let go. And that could be grief in and of itself. Then it's moving through the throat chakra. That's that self-expression. That's allowing yourselves to, what I'm hearing is the word emote, to allow yourself to emote, to allow yourself to journal or cry or vent in a healthy capacity, in effective communication, whatever it is that you need. That is self-expression. It's not holding it down. What I'm getting is a blocked throat chakra, and I think for so many of us, we had been holding back that grief or holding back that pain and holding back how we feel. And that has been unblocking. that has been allowing itself to come out in a number of different ways. Like I said, you know, journaling, prayer, meditation, speaking with your soul family, communicating your needs, your wants, your desires, not suppressing any aspect of yourself. That is you living in authenticity. You living in your authenticity, you living in your truth is self-expression. Allowing yourself to express your emotions, your needs, your wants, your desires, your truth. Never need to negate your truth. When you're in connection with someone, you do so in a healthy manner, with respect to each other. But do not block your truth. Allow yourself to express your truth. That is something that I'm learning. It's something that I'm learning. And any healthy connection, if the other partner is in a healthy place, they will be able to receive that and hold that space. And like I said in the beginning, that's kind of what I'm grieving now, is I didn't have a partner who was able to hold that space when I just want to be held energetically. And I've learned how to hold that space for myself. And I do trust that there will be moments where a partner will be able to do that. But for now, I'm just grateful for my friends, my dear friends and soul family, who is able to hold that space for me, as well as for God, because God is working through my family and friends who are able to hold that space for me, and even working through me to remind me of how I'm capable of holding that space for myself. That is that beautiful internal dance, that beautiful balance. The third eye might feel a little bit cloudy right now. It might feel a little bit blocked. This energetic release is moving through the chakras, and there's going to bring be clarity that is coming. Your third eye will see things much more clearly. This feels like part of the breakthrough. And then the crown opening to develop your connection deeper to God's source, deeper to yourself. And that might be part of the feeling of pain and lack and grief that is being experienced. So if you're feeling that grief or lack, then allow yourself to connect deeper to God, because God is always there, reminding us that God is always there, always embracing us, the mother, father energy as one, constantly embracing us. We just, again, don't always perceive it. That third eye being a little bit blocked and clouded. We don't always perceive it, but that God energy is always with us. That divine energy is always here. So, let that be confirmation. We are moving through all of the chakras, and it feels like this really released from the root. And root is actually where we hold a lot of our trauma. It's where we hold a lot of our past pain, patterns, programmings. It's that base energy. And so with it releasing, you know, we might have been feeling a little bit emotional. I'm also getting a lot of, with the sacral chakra there, I'm also getting a lot of sexual energy, but it's not sexual as in physically sexual, it's sexual as in creative energy. Now, the creative output energy, like what we think of as creative, writing, drawing, painting, music, it's not quite that. This is creative as in creative life force energy. So as we are releasing this energetic block in our chakra system, moving up through the sacral chakra, feeling an emotional release, that is releasing that creative energy as well that might have felt blocked. So really interesting that they brought that forth as well. So moving up through the chakra, I'm personally experiencing this in the solar plexus. I had experienced this in the sacral. I didn't realize that until they just brought through that channeled message. But I had experienced this in the sacral previously, but now I'm moving through the solar plexus and the heart, and through the throat as well. But this is going to be a shift. This is going to be part of the shift that you're experiencing. If this is meant for you. If this is not meant for you, if you're not experiencing this, just disregard this. This is for those who are in extra need of that divine support. So I'm going to pull some cards here and just see what we need to know for the divine feminine for some extra support here. Let's Spirit, what do you have to say for these divine feminines who are in need of some extra support here? And if you're a divine masculine and this helps you as well, you know, take this for you as well. I'm really speaking to the divine feminines. We have Rhiannon, sorceress. You are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. Don't forget the magic of who you are. Like I said, if you feel like somebody is not seeing your worth or not seeing your true value, that is not a reflection of your truth and who you are. You know who you are. This ascension journey has brought you closer and closer to that truth and that recognition of the magic that you hold inside. So don't deny that aspect of yourself. Infinite supply. Sedna, you are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. This is that God source energy that is really coming through and saying you are limitless. You are always loved. You are always supported. And you are limitless. Don't cut yourself off. Don't block yourself. Don't limit yourself. Don't make yourself small again. This is a reminder not to make yourself small again. You have seen what it is. I'm just drawn to the butterfly here. You have seen what it is to spread your wings. Where once it might have felt like those wings were cut off in past lifetimes, even in this lifetime, through your experiences, you have known what it is to remember what it is to fly, what it is to grow those wings and show those wings and shine. Don't make yourself small again. And one more, please, Spirit. Kali. There she is. I just love her so much, and I love this depiction of her. You don't always see a depiction of Kali like this. This is how I see her. It's fierce. Look at that power in her eyes. It is assertive. It is sometimes even aggressive, but it is pure power. But it is also beautiful, loving, majestic, nurturing, compassionate. Kali, for me, is the embodiment of the divine feminine energy. She is pure goddess energy for me because she shows us the wild feminine, the dark feminine aspect of us. But that is not something to shy away from. That is not something to hold yourself back from. That is part of your gift. The dark feminine is not the shadow side of darkness. It is the wild feminine, the free feminine, the flowing feminine. That's what the dark feminine is. You hold both aspects, the dark and the light. You have the yin and the yang within you. It is that beautiful balance of dark and light. And if you deny any aspect of yourself, then you're denying the whole truth of who you are. And she reminds us of this. And that is nothing to reject or abandon or be ashamed of. Let me repeat that again because it's coming in with full force. It is nothing to reject or abandon or be ashamed of or afraid of. Do not be ashamed of this aspect of yourself, and do not let someone shame this aspect of yourself. Do not let someone shame you for your expression, for being who you are. Again, if they're not able to see your value, it does not mean that you don't hold value. The old must be released so that the new can enter. I feel this rebirth energy. It's just, again, coming up through the chakra system, being reborn. And we know what it is to be reborn. We do it constantly on this ascension journey. Allowing ourselves to let go of old versions and aspects of ourselves. Divine Feminines, you have been doing this with such grace and such power and such beauty and such consistency. And Spirit is coming in with this sense of, pride is not the right word, this sense of well done, bravo, this sense of admiration. The fact that you have done this time and time and time again, reminding you that it is not easy. Rebirth is not easy. They're reminding me of a time that I went through a rebirth process. And I saw myself in the womb. It was complete blackness. I saw myself in the womb and was brought down to the underworld. And what I saw there was, well, In essence, it was meant to be like the devil or Lucifer. But what they did for me was I saw the descent, and I saw just all the fire and brimstone and all that bullshit of fear that they try to bring forth just fade away. And all I saw was a naked man just huddled on this rock, on this boulder. And it was vulnerable. And it was just a man. Just a man. In its shadow side. It's seeing its shadow side. Now, believe whatever it is that you want to believe. You know, I have no judgments on, you know, anybody's faith or anybody's understanding. They're bringing that to me again because it feels like that's a metaphor for the side of ourselves that we try to hide away from. The shadow sides of ourselves that we feel ashamed of. Because that's what it was. That's what that vulnerability was. It was almost like it was shame. It was shame. And just surrounded by so much fear and condemnation. A reminder that everything is God. That everything is God. Everything in the universe, everything in creation is God and was first God. The old must be released so that the new can enter. This is your rebirth. Letting go of the past. Letting go of the pain. Letting go of an old version of yourself. And especially a version of yourself that people might have presumed you to be. As you've grown and as you've evolved, allowing yourself to grow and evolve, even if others can't see it. People might hold on to old versions of you, but you know who you are. You know who you've become. You know the battles that you've fought, the experiences that you've lived through, the lessons that you've learned to get to where you are. Not everybody's going to understand that journey. There are going to be people who see pieces of it. It's like one of the detriments of social media is that we see snapshots. We don't see the whole picture. It's a blessing when we get to be in each other's lives and see the whole picture of who they are. The good and the bad. That's the duality. The good and the bad. The difficult and the joy. The struggle and the success. The fall and the rise. What a blessing to be able to see all of it. That is the humanity that Quan Yin brings. That it is all part of humanity. And as a spiritual being, you're being reminded that you have the tools and the resources to rise through the fall, to succeed through the struggle, to bring light to the darkness. What a blessing that we get to share in all of it. That's why it has always been so important to me that I share the raw and the real with you guys. All aspects of this ascension journey, because as I always say, I am right here along with you. I have had my own struggles. I have had my own experiences. I have had my own journey, and I do not ever, ever want to deny that or bypass that or gaslight that for myself or for any of you. It's so easy on social media to just be the joy, to just be the peace, to just be the light. But truth is, it is all of it. Life is all of it. We are all of it. And everybody has their choice as far as what it is that they want to depict. Not everybody has to share. That is entirely up to them. My job here, my job has always been, my role has always been to share. I have shared my heart in my books, Even though my books are fiction, you know, there's so much truth in there. The philosophy and the fears and the joys and the triumphs. I've shared myself on my blog. Back in my early days of blogging, when blogging was really a thing, and personal development, I shared the ups and the downs of my life. I share that here with you, the ups and the downs of this journey. Because for me, and this is my own personal philosophy, for me, this is how we know that we're not alone. This is how we understand how connected we are through our sharing of our life stories. And this is why I will never stop expressing myself. It is part of who I am, and that is my gift. And I've realized that value. And I've realized that strength. And there was a time where, many times, I was almost silenced. Once when it almost killed me. Literally, almost killed me. I almost allowed someone or a system to silence me when I was sick. And that's when I said, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because when we share our voices, that collective voice becomes stronger. And if we share our voice in the energy of love, well, guess what? That's when everything changes. But it's not just that false energy of love and light and peace and joy. It's, hey, I've been in this darkness too, and I know the way out. So let me sit with you until you're ready. Let me share with you. Let me love you deeper, and help me understand how to love you deeper, how to love you better. Let's understand each other. This is our magic. This is our magic. I want to get a card from the Magdalene Oracle and just see if there's anything else. I don't really need the cards tonight. Just speaking from the heart, channeling from the heart. But let's just see if there's anything else that we're meant to know here. Is there anything else that we're meant to know for our journeys, please, Spirit? Gods and guidance, goddesses. They want me to use this deck, okay. Gods and goddesses both. They're saying we are gods and goddesses both. I'm doing this video for the divine feminines, but remember that you hold masculine energy within you, and masculines, if you're watching this, you hold feminine energy within you. And masculines, listen to the video that I just did, the Soul Merge on Susan Dawn Ascension Connections, in which I share how powerful and magical you are too. And we need that kind of power in the world, that conscious power, not corruption or control or pride or ego or stubbornness, but presence, consistence. In the waterfall of creation, you hold us. You protect us. You provide for us. That is your gift, your strength. And together, in that union, in that unison, that is where love is birthed. New love is birthed. Gods and goddesses both. We are gods and goddesses both. All right, Spirit, what do you have to say? There is a need for you to take care of yourselves. Like I said, my health is, didn't realize it was tumbling or backtracking. I've been neglecting myself. I have not been taking care of myself as I should. I've been Anyway, there's a need to take care of your health, your physical body, your physical vessel as well. Don't deny the physical. That is part of being human. You are here as a spiritual being in a physical vessel. Do not deny the physicality of this world, the physicality of this life, this experience, this humanity. Take care of yourselves, mind, body, and spirit. Oh my God. All right, Spirit, let's get one or two more cards. One or two more cards. What else do you want to say? All right, Spirit, what else do you want to say? One last message for the divine universe I asked for. I'm going to take the bottom of the deck as well. Angel of the universe, you are being encouraged to expand your thinking, but I'm really just feeling this, like you are the universe. You are the universe, an angel of joyfulness. Something wondrous and magical is about to happen, that breakthrough. But look at the wings. Just like I channeled earlier, right? Don't negate your wings. Don't forget your wings. Don't make yourself small again. You have birthed yourself, divine feminines, time and time again. That lotus energy is through the mud, through the trauma, through the experiences. You have blossomed and evolved and grown more and more and more beautiful in your truth, in your authenticity, in your soul, just allowing itself to shine as who you truly are. Don't deny that aspect of yourself. Don't deny your wings. There is movement that is happening. There are shifts that are happening for you that you might not be able to see entirely just yet. There are pieces of the puzzle that are still arranging itself, the puzzle of creation itself as a whole, not just for your individual journey, although that is a microcosm to the collective energy. But as a whole, there are so many infinite pieces. They're reminding me of like the butterfly effect. One small decision or choice can have a ripple effect, right? And so they're reminding me of that. There is so much that is happening that you are a part of that you don't even know. So it's really important to be mindful. It's really important to be in your heart space, in your center, and continuing to choose the path of love. It might be difficult, that path, because there might be endings alongside of it. But when you're choosing the path of love, there is creation, there are beginnings that happen simultaneously. When you're choosing the path of love, everything opens up to you. All right, we're going to end here for tonight. I'm very tired. I need to sleep. But I hope that this was helpful. I am sending all of you so much love and so much light. And we'll be back with some more Sacred Union energy updates very, very soon.